This is Pure Prospects Live. Cody Thomas. Like I said, we have plenty of recruiting news to talk about today. But before I get into basketball, I just wanted to say a second and take a second and say, thank you guys. We've had a lot of new subscribers joining Pure Prospects on Substack, and from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate every single one of you. Whether you've been following me for a decade or you just found Pure Prospects this week, thank you so much for your support for what we're building here. The mission is simple. Tell more stories, provide kids more exposure, connect people, help create athletes opportunities to play at the next level. My job is to open the door, and what the athlete does with that is, that's on them. Today we're going to talk about Jordan Mitchell, recent male player transferred to Link Academy in Missouri. He has a big unofficial visit to Western Kentucky. He's also got two elite camps on his schedule and a major SEC offer for Charlotte McCurry, John Harden guard. We're also going to talk about a 2030 guard from John Harden and one of my guys on the roster, Gavin Groves. Uh, I also want to talk about some of the things that we're building here at Pure Prospects, including our Substack here. Our YouTube channel continues to grow. We got merchandise now and sponsorship opportunities. So let's get into it. Let's start with Jordan Mitchell. Jordan has a very important stretch coming up, and there's some things I want to talk about. If you're unfamiliar with Jordan Mitchell, he was the number one, number two player in the class of 2028 in Kentucky. He recently decided to transfer to Link Academy in Missouri, a very prestigious program, puts a lot of people in high places, including collegiate levels and the NBA. Uh, Kid is really nice, ranked, I think, a 43rd or 45th by ESPN. He's a four-star. First off, going to be in a camp down in Houston, Texas. He'll also be at the Paul B. and McCarty camp September 19th down in Nashville. You may see there down there covering. So if you're there, um, just make sure to check us out. There's a few of our players down there is going to be down there as well. Zayden Tackett, Graham Schutz, a couple of guys on the roster. You'll get to see those down there. Hopefully, we'll get down there to see them. But Jordan Mitchell is set to take an unofficial visit to WKU on this Thursday, the 27th. That's big. He already has an offer there. And, when you put all three of those opportunities together, you see exactly how the recruiting is all about. It's not about one event, one video, or one good game, man. It's about consistently putting yourself into environments where coaches, scouts, and evaluators can see you play. Again, let's talk about the John Lucas Elite Camp. Sorry, guys, I'm a little under the weather, but man, when you're invited down to John Lucas, everybody in the hoops world knows John Lucas. You have some opportunities to answer questions about your game. How do you stack up against talented players across the nation? Can you defend against them? Defend against them. How well can you process, communicate, impact? You know, being challenged is the biggest thing and being seen. Again, the Paul Biardi camp, he's going to be heading down there September 19th in Nashville. Again, another opportunity to can show consistent play in front of evaluators and coaches. He's a four-star kid leaving Kentucky. Man, he's a Kentucky kid, so we're always going to support him no matter where he goes. But, man, if you get a chance to opportunity to go to these camps, make sure you go play basketball. Do your best. Do the things you do well. Don't try to do the things you don't do well because coaches are there. Uh, Again, Thursday, he's going to be heading down to an unofficial visit. I think it's very important. Some people think that he may play at a Power 4, Power 5, but Jordan's a Kentucky kid, and Western is a Kentucky school. So, you know, just it may be the right fit. We always talk about relationships and fit at Pure Prospects. Just because you're a four-star kid and everybody thinks you're a high major player doesn't mean you fit those programs, especially with the recruiting landscape these days. Transfer portal, you just never know, man. They're going for 22, 23-year-old kids. You're not going to get that same opportunity at Kansas, Oklahoma State, Kentucky, Louisville that you will get, the Conference USA with WKU. And, about him, get those camps, stack those opportunities, just keep playing consistently well. Next thing I want to talk about is John Harden guard Charlotte McCurry out of the class of 2029. She's a top 25 player in the nation. She just recently received an offer from Mississippi State. She has racked up offers this summer. She has 15 to 20 offers, a lot of high major offers. But Mississippi State, that's a big one. Another SEC school, just showing or validating the work that she's been putting in. I just want to say that that's something that applies to, every player we cover. An offer is an opportunity. It doesn't mean it's a destination. So, yes, of course, celebrate it, appreciate it, be grateful, thankful, but you always have to get back to work. Um, a guy on our roster, man, super excited about this kid. Gavin Groves out of Muhlenberg County. I think I'm saying that correctly. 2027, 6'4", 6'5" guard. Recently played this summer on he was with Kentucky Ambition on the Made Hoop circuit, and then he transferred over, I think, the last month with Kentucky Supreme on the E40 individual circuits. He just picked up his second basketball offer in, I think, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. This offer comes from Mount St. Joseph. He's a senior, and I think this example gives younger players when I tell younger players to be patient and trust the process. Gavin is going into his senior year. If you're a 2028 prospect recruit, you have to just look at his recruitment. He had no offers, really no contact, and in a week and a half or 2 weeks, he's picked up two offers. So just because you don't have an offer as a sophomore or junior does not mean that you're not going to pick up one. And he's a perfect example. But like I said, he just picked up his second offer from Mount St. Joseph, and picked up an offer last week from Toka Falls. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. So I really like this kid a lot. Like I said, he played on the made hoop circuit this summer. I don't think so, but he's got adjusted to the speed of the game. There, it's a lot faster paced on on those higher shoe circuits. The kid's 6'5". He can shoot the ball. He's pretty athletic. I think the ceiling's a little higher. Again, it's about the fit for Gavin, not about what I think or anybody else thinks. So please don't get that twisted. But again, like I said, if this is not happening for you, stay focused on your journey. But again, for Gavin, I think he's going to have a big senior year down in Muhlenberg. Pretty sure that's the third region, if not the fourth. I should know that, and I apologize for not knowing it off the top of my head. But he's going to have a big senior year. Last year, I'm pretty sure he had a 32-point game, a 17, 22, averaged some big numbers. And, he's going to be playing beside River Woodruff, another kid of ours, Pure Prospects. I look for River. He's a 2028 kid. If River keeps trusting the process, keeps working, things like this is going to happen for him as well. Very nice player. Again, before I wrap this up, there's another. Yesterday we had on Jalea Bussey. She's a 2030 prospect from John Harden. She recently transferred to the St. Joseph, no, the St. James Performance Academy in Virginia. It's a big move for her. She's I think 13, 14-year-old kid, really taking a gamble. I love it. She's focusing on her journey. So is her family. Really excited for her. Getting to speak to her yesterday about this opportunity. She's very, very grateful and excited, going there to develop and try new things. She still wants to represent the state of Kentucky because she's a Kentucky kid. And some people are get their feelings hurt when kids make decisions like this, or families make decisions like this to leave the state to go to prep school or whatever. But we always want to support those kids and those families and their journeys, because it's their decision, their future, and they have every right, and they have the opportunity, and if it's the best fit for them, then why not be happy for them. Before I wrap up, we're going to try to get into a podcast tonight with a recent commit. If you haven't, go over to YouTube, check out all of our podcasts. We have coaches at every level: D1, D3, NAIA. We have JUCO. We had on Cooper Zachary last night. That's a great podcast. If you're a small guard, I'm telling you right now, you need to go watch this podcast, because he's 5'8" and he's playing Division I basketball. And if you don't know what that means in today's landscape, then I don't know what to say. But if you're a small guard and you have the day one dreams, He literally has the blueprint for to do that. Um, like I said earlier when we started, we picked up a lot of subscribers. This last month, last week, and I just want to welcome all of you guys here. Every time we have a live or a podcast, feel free to hop in, write a comment, man. We will talk about it, or I'll try to answer it to my best ability. The growth here has been incredible to see and to watch, and it's so motivating. And I don't take any of it for granted. I work hard, I do the best that I can, and every time somebody that subscribes, shares an article, watches the podcast, tells them the family about prospects, you're helping us grow this platform. And the bigger the platform becomes, the more athletes we can cover. Ultimately, that's going to help them get more opportunities. That's what really matters to me. More kids, more athletes, more goals to reach, more doors to open. That's why I started Pure Prospects. I go scout and evaluate. I love doing that. But at the end of the day, it's about opening those doors for those kids and their families. Hopefully, they get that opportunity, take advantage of it, come back home, help their family, and then ultimately help the community and help the state, whether in Kentucky, Indiana, Nevada, wherever you're at. But if you're watching today and you are not subscribed to Pure Prospects on Substack, I encourage you to join us. You can follow along with what we're doing. We usually have a podcast every day. Sometimes we have two or three. If you want access to our premium content while directly supporting the mission, it's $7.99 a month or $80 for the entire year. Think about that. Sorry, I'm getting a call, guys. But for less than $8 a month, you're helping us continue producing recruiting coverage, player evals, rankings, interviews, podcasts with coaches, and recruiting information. And that's one of the main goals here is to provide you guys with the correct information, kind of educate you so you're not confused about the recruiting process because it is very very confusing, especially with the landscape of the transfer portal, NIL, the new 5 for 5 rule, what levels that covers. There's so many things that how coaches do recruit with their recruiting boards, evaluation boards. There's a lot to it, and if you don't have time to, do all that research, just pop on here, man. We have a recruiting master's class that's available, a 16 module course that goes through every bit of it. The main thing for the recruiting is know the recruiting calendar, know when coaches can connect to you and when they can't. But for less than $8 a month, like I said, you're helping us produce this coverage of people, and we're going to continue adding more value. We're not trying to put something behind a paywall just to get it behind the paywall. I want people to be able to subscribe and say, I'm getting here that something or I'm getting something that helps me understand recruiting better, or I'm learning about players I didn't know about before, or prospects help somebody get seen. That's what this platform is about. We have merch now. They're on order. Pure Prospects T-shirts. If you want to support the movement and represent a Rocket Pure Prospects T-shirt, grab one. You can message us here, Facebook, Instagram, email us. We'll get you the link. We'll get you everything that you need. The T-shirt, the brand of Pure Prospects. It really represents so much to me. I work really, really hard, and I believe in what I'm doing. I'm very passionate about it, but it's bigger than the logo. It's bigger than me. I just wanted to represent the work, the kids, the athletes, the families, and it represents basketball, not only basketball, football, baseball, any sport. Community we're continuing to build. So if you want to support us, grab a Pure Prospects shirt and represent the movement. The rapid growth is incredible. Very grateful and blessed that it's happening. Um, YouTube. If you haven't went over to YouTube, our YouTube channel, it's at pure.prospects on YouTube. All the podcasts here on Substack are over on YouTube. So if you don't like switching platforms, you like to stay on YouTube, catch it over there. They're all there. You got the shorts, you got everything you need. You want to hear from a certain college coach, it's all there, right there in the library. And it's completely free to help us at YouTube. Just go over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like I said, at pure.prospects on YouTube. We got the full podcast, the interviews, all the recruiting conversations, what coaches are talking about currently, what they're looking for in prospects and recruits. We got players sharing their journeys, and there's much more coming. When you watch a video, hit that like button, leave us a comment, share it, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps the algorithm put that content in front of more people. And when you do that, the athletes and the coaches we're interviewing get more exposure to. So that's why your support matters. Something I'm starting, sponsorship. And finally, I want to talk about, business owners, potential sponsors. You don't have to own a business. If you believe in what I'm doing, what we're doing here at Pure Prospects, there's opportunities available. All you have to do is reach out. But we're looking to work with businesses and brands that believe in what's happening here and want to connect with the audience that we're building. We're producing content across multiple platforms: Substack, Instagram, X, Facebook. Just to give you some numbers, Facebook, 1.6 million views organically in the last 30 days. Instagram, Pure Prospects, 1.2 million views in the last 28 days on Instagram. That's almost 3 million views organically. Very, very proud of that. I don't take anything for granted. I just continue to work and continue to spotlight the people we can. But like I said, it's across all those platforms. You're going to have your podcast, recruiting coverage, live shows like this one, the players we're covering, stories from coaches, stories from everyone, the schools we're covering, and we're continuing to grow. If your business wants to get in front of these basketball families, the athletes, the coaches, the fans, while supporting a platform focused on creating opportunities for young people and their families, please reach out to us. Our email is pure.prospects2015@gmail.com. We want sponsorships, not partnerships. No, we want our sponsorships to be partnerships. I just don't want to throw your logo onto something. I want to find ways where we can promote your business while you support this platform and help us extend the coverage that we're providing. So if you're interested in that opportunity at your prospects, you can send us a message here on IG, Facebook, X. You can email us at pure.prospects2015@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out. I always have my phone around me. Before I get out of here, let's run through what happened today here on the breaking news one more time. Jordan Mitchell has a big stretch ahead of him. John Lucas Elite Camp down in Houston, Texas. Paul B. Anacardi, ESPN guy in camp. A lot of people think Paul's the GOAT. He does great work. But the biggest news he has is an unofficial visit to WKU on Thursday, the 20th. He already has an offer from WKU, but we'll be watching his WKU visit closely. Be talking, his dad about, how that goes. So we'll be talking about that here on live, probably Friday, maybe next week. But Charlotte McCary, top 25 guard out of John Harden. She's a 2029 player. She's going into her sophomore year, racked up probably 20 offers. This latest Mississippi State SEC. She has offers from Louisville, Indiana, Michigan State, Providence. I mean, she's got so many opportunities, and I'm very happy for her and her family. And especially want to talk about Gavin Groves. His family decided to, sign up with us with one of our 4 packages. Uh, Not saying that we did anything to help, directly get him these offers, but we're providing him exposure, and he's picked up 2 college offers in less than 2 weeks. His last from Mount St. Joseph, and the one before that, Toka Falls. So, just congratulations to all these guys. For the athletes watching, I just always have this message: keep working. Hard work always pays off. Your journey's not always supposed to look like everyone else's, but make sure you take advantage of every opportunity you receive. Keep putting yourself in the positions to be seen. To everybody else who has recently subscribed here on Pure Prospects Substack, thank you. Welcome to the family. So grateful to have you guys here. Please let me know the content that you like, and we will provide more of that. Also, if you want to support what we're doing here, what we're building, become a paid subscriber. It's $7.99 a month, $8 a year. If that's too much, reach out, um, or grab a Pure Prospects T-shirt. $25 plus shipping, or for free, subscribe to our YouTube channel at pure.prospects. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Or, like I said, we have new sponsorship opportunities. We're looking to partner with people. Of course, it needs to be the correct fit, but we're looking to do that. So we're going to keep covering the players. We're going to keep telling their stories. We're going to always talk about recruiting, having coaches on here. I think it's so valuable to have these coaches on here because they're telling you exactly what they want. So if you're a family or a player that's trying to play college basketball, they're letting you know what they want. And to me, that is so valuable. And, with our help here at Prospects, we can help you understand the process and help guide you. Everything from creating you a graphic from exposure to email campaigns, social media campaigns, um, recruiting management, to a coaching database of 1,600. Uh, we do so much here, but evaluations from D1 coaches, I have a couple coaches that help evaluate. That's the biggest key to recruiting is know what level to target. Do not throw darts at schools that you can't potentially play at. Make your recruiting more efficient and more effective, and you're going to get more opportunities that way. That's with anything in life. If you're more efficient and effective, but we're going to keep doing everything opportunities. I'm Cody Thomas, and this is Pure Prospects. See you guys next time.